welcome to my channel. I'm Sarah James, and yeah, I'm going to be reading from the book of Knowing and Worth. We're on day 17 today. If you are just new to the channel, it's a work in progress, but I've been reading the Paul Selig books, the book of Knowing and Worth, because I'm being called to share the word with everybody. This is for humanity in their time of ascension, and we are all there. We're all feeling this transition going on, this upheaval, uncertainty, and so many possibilities in that exist. So yeah, I'm just here to shine my light and share the word and pass on what's helping me so much along my journey. And now we are on day 17, and I'll be reading. And as it goes, if something comes up for me, then I'll share what that is going on in my life. Yeah, all right, let's go. Day 17. We respect you each as you choose, and we modify our teachings as we assess your progress, as we assess your ability to relocate your consciousness in a higher way. Many of you struggle still because you cannot imagine releasing aspects of the self that you have held dear. Paul is interrupting already. Don't we need to accept those aspects of the self? Yes, we do. Sorry, yes, you do, which is us. Yes, we do. We are not abdicating anything, nor are we dislocating aspects of you. But we are telling you this. Your modifications to your own energy field are made in accordance with what you will allow. When you do not allow something to change, you do not change. We do not underride your free will, but we escort you forward and we lift you as you are allowed, so you may adhere to the new vision that is presented before you. And in that presentation, you must witness what truly is. The aspects of you that you are so overly attached to were born in need, at times of fear, at times when you needed to survive or change and didn't know the way through it. We will tell you now that those behaviors, while they may have served you at one time, are now standing in the way of your ability to choose what you might without them. I'm going to read that part again. The aspects of you that you are so overly attached to were born in need, at times of fear, at times when you needed to survive or change and didn't know the way through it. We will tell you now that those behaviors, while they may have served you at one time, are now standing in the way of your ability to choose what you might without them. How do you decide to be free of fear when you believed fear was your only protection? How do you invite someone in to share your life when you believe you will be harmed if you do? How do you choose anew how to be in the world when all the information you have ever been given, whether or not it served you well, is what is standing before you and, in some ways, obscuring the view of what may be possible? Now, when we say we modify our teaching, we do not mean that we lower our standards. We do mean that we find another way to lift you up and above the walls you have erected that would keep you from liberty, keep you from freedom, keep you from choosing something new. And the decision we have made to attend to each of you as you stand before yourselves today is to decide with you that anything is possible. And we want to underline this. Anything is possible. Abundant possibilities. I just put out a new blog today, and I haven't written in a while, but I was watching an interview with Seth Godin, and he made a very great comment. He said, if you want to get better, get started. So I got started. I started writing again, and I sent it to some friends, and just kind of put it out there, see what they thought. But if you want to take a look at it, it's on abundantpossibilities.com, and it's in my personal blogs page. And it's called A Girl's Dream of the Forest. So yeah, you can take a look at what I've written, and I'm just putting it out there because I want to write more. And if I don't share it, then it's just going to be sitting in my blog page doing nothing. So yeah, there's so many possibilities. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. The moment you can believe this concept, you create a chasm in the wall that you have built around those things that would preclude you from freedom, that would stop you from embracing the new possibility, and that would shield you from love. So we say this: Anything is possible. To decide right now that this is your new claim for the day will attend to the possibility that anything is possible and, consequently, can be known by you. And we say this with some strength. When you know that anything is possible, you claim your own identity in accordance with this. I am the one who knows that anything may be possible, can be claimed, can be chosen. I am. I am the one who knows that anything may be possible, can be claimed, can be chosen. I am that one. The attendance that you have to those things you have known, that you have become overly attached to, or are frightened of dismantling, will be known by you as you work with yourself in reflection. What you perceive around you, in many ways, is an accurate reflection of your consciousness. The pictures on the wall, this is my fiance's room, so those are his pictures, but I do like it. This is the bookshelf that he had, so I do like it. The pictures on the wall, the flooring beneath you, you have all accepted, you exist in, you respond to as your own. Those things beyond the structure you live in, the roads, the highways, the billboards on the highways, the people that you encounter on your road, are also in acceptance of your freedom as the one who chooses to be in the encounter. So if you understand, first and foremost, that everything that you see you are in accord with, in one way or another, you can begin to see those aspects of you that are standing in the way of your liberation as a consciousness. Now, your life, we say, and how you know your life is a state of awareness of your consciousness that you have chosen to be in regard with. Your entire life, we say, has been chosen by you to know yourself through. So to align yourself to the new ideal, anything is possible, recreates those things that were once held in form, in material form, as standing firm, to be realigned to a new way of being. The reason we attend to this teaching today is that we are attending to call you each forward with your own missions, your own alignment, to decide that you can heal yourselves and, consequently, heal the world before you. The attendance to those needs, those things that would stop you from the path you choose, are now mandatory for the one who wants to decide that she is aligned to her path. I'm getting more and more aligned every day. I'm so excited for all the things to come. I mean, I can be very impatient. Like when I want something, I want it now. And so patience is one of my key lessons with anything that I'm working on. But I've been so powerful with my manifestations and creating, and yeah, like I just want it now. That's the thing. So I know that it's there. I'm excited about all these things, and more things are lining up, and I'm becoming more aligned to this mission that I'm on. So it's exciting. And like my website says, abundant possibilities, anything is possible. Anything is possible. So I'm going to read that again. Your entire life, we say, has been chosen by you to know yourself through. So to align yourself to the new ideal, anything is possible, recreates those things that were once held in form, in material form, as standing firm to be realigned to a new way of being. The reason we attend to this teaching today is that we are intending to call you forward with your own missions, your own alignment, to decide that you can heal yourselves and consequently heal the world before you. The attendance to those needs, those things that stop you from the path you choose, are now mandatory for the one who wants to decide that she is aligned to her path. Many days we hear people and they come and they say, "Who are we?" And we say, "Who do you think you are?" They say, "What am I here for? What is my work?" And we say, "What do you want to spend your time doing?" You must know, each of you, that what you align to is what you have agreed with, what you believe you can hold, and what you claim as you and your own. Unless you recreate the self in higher regard, you do not recreate the life you live. One goes hand in hand with the other. Now, what is your true purpose? Why did you come into this incarnation? As we have said many times, your true purpose, each man's true purpose, each being's true purpose, is to align to their higher nature. If you wish the Christ within, and to demonstrate it as who you are in encounters, in witnessing, in all ways. This assignment is not just for you or for the readers of our text. It is for all humans to know who they are and witness their fellows in the same way. What you do with your time, how you choose to make your living, what you claim for yourself is your choice. But going back to a message we have given before, we must always encourage you to ask yourself why you choose what you choose. And when you are in attendance to what you have been taught, question the validity of the teaching. Especially with like American history. Just the history of American history books in school. Don't even get me started on that. But yeah, question the validity of what you've been taught. So much of it is just passed on over, and most Americans don't even know the true history. But someday it might come out. But question the validity of what the teaching is. When someone wants to know who they are in higher consciousness, the first person to ask is the self. Because the self holds the answers, and not necessarily the answers you will want to know. The self holds the fears because the self has created the fears and reinvested in them until they have become structures that have stood in the way of the progress you say you seek. Now, as we witness you, as we stand before you and call you forward, we undermine those structures by our very presence. The acclamation we hold to higher consciousness is not in accord with the creations of man that were born in lower frequency. Consequently, we do not exist on the same plane as creations born in fear. While we understand that you do, we are able to extend a hand and to lift you in consciousness and in vibration to this plane of knowing. If you wish, the Christ consciousness or the awareness of the divine in all things. So that you too will know the new world and may be benefited from your presence. That may be benefited from your presence. Thank you for joining me out there. Thank you for clicking on this video of a girl that you never met reading a book. Maybe you've read it, maybe you haven't. Maybe these words are resonating with you the way they do with me. Maybe they're not. But thank you for joining me on this journey. Thank you. I know who you are. I know what you are. I know how you serve. And I love you very much. Thank you very much. The new world, we say, or if you wish, the kingdom is not only at hand. It is always present, but may only be perceived by one in accord with his own divine nature. Now, the retributions that you hold against yourselves, the denial of worth, the shame that you hide behind, the crucifixions that you entitle yourselves to as a way of knowing yourself, in fact, are not needed. They are not requirements for attending to yourself at this new level of awareness. In fact, they cannot attend to you at this level of consciousness because they don't exist there. Now, Paul is interrupting. Are you saying that when we ascend to a higher level of vibration, we will not experience fear or shame or regret? You have the right to, if you like, but those things are not in accord with the level of vibration we are teaching, and consequently, you will have to go back down to align to them. They are creations in many ways, and in fact, formulas of processing experiences that you have abided by. Who says you have to be ashamed for something that you have done? Who says that? Who says that? I remember doing things when I was 4 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old, and just kind of carrying that shame throughout my life of not feeling deserving or not feeling worthy or something. That was, I don't know, I think I'm 43 now. That was so long ago. Who says you have to hold on to this? Who says that? I don't know. Not me. Not me. Not them. So thank you, guides. Thank you for reminding us of that. Who says you have to be ashamed for something that you have done? Who says you have to live a life of regret? Who says you are not entitled to joy? When you answer those questions to yourself, you may attend to the answers as your experience. Now, when we align to the high vibration and we witness those things before us, we see you in what you have created, what you imagine yourselves to be, and consequently, what you outpicture and claim as your own. When we witness you, we do not align to those things that you hold an obstacle, that you attach to, out of habit or in fear. We see you in your worth, your perfection, and your true alignment, the divine perfection that was first created as you. We are witnessing the entirety of you. We don't dismantle those things that you need to accept or you need to decide whether or not you still need. We see the entirety of you, but we align to your divinity because that is the aspect of the self that will be lifted. And in this lifting, those other things that have been attended to in fear and shame no longer exist. Now, the castle that you stand in has a moat around it, and it is a moat of separation. The castle has a door, and you may walk out and walk onto the countryside and have your encounters, but most of you still exist behind the castle wall. And you stand in the turrets with your binoculars and look for the next bad thing that can happen to you. This is a habit. So I had a habit before of always saying, oh, fun scenario. And then I would say the worst case scenario that could possibly happen. And my friends would be like, why do you do that? And I don't even know why I did it. It was such a habit that always came out. I could be driving down the road and I'd say, fun scenario, which wasn't fun at all. But let's imagine that this truck comes and, it was so random. It was such a weird habit to have. And yeah, I'm glad I'm not in that habit anymore. But the thoughts kind of come and you try to protect yourself from, something. I woke up in the middle of the night last night and I really wanted to take a walk outside to this park because the meteor shower was going on and I saw a couple shooting stars and it was just beautiful out here. But then I also thought, okay, well, there's bears and I don't know if those are in hibernation right now. There's, mountain lions, there's coyotes, there's all these things. So I kind of went on to the process of why I shouldn't go outside. And I didn't, I just stayed in bed. I listened to something to go take me back to sleep. But yeah, it's a habit. It's a habit. And as you look for trouble, you call trouble to you. And if you don't see trouble, you will find a reason to make it. The turret is not a real structure. The turret is not a real structure. You are lifted high enough to see the valley, but you are still looking for those things that exist in lower frequency. When we rise with you, we rise above the trouble to an element of fear that no longer exists and has been transmuted by your presence to be seen for what it truly was, simply love. In the face of love, in the face of divine presence, all creations are known in a new way. The thing that would have frightened you so much when you were in a lower vibration is no longer in accord with you and consequently cannot be attended to by you in this new vibration. Let me read that again. The thing that would have frightened you so much when you were in lower vibration is no longer in accord with you and consequently cannot be attended to by you in this new vibration. We will say that the world that you exist in has been created by each of you, individually and collectively, according to the laws that have governed you and the religions that you have abided by, and the history that you share. But the plan for you and the plan for this plane, we say, is one of light and recreation. And as you attend to yourselves as we teach you, we create anew the passage that you will walk through to be attended to in your worth, in your knowing, and in your freedom. Now, what are the requirements for the teaching today? What do we need to gift you with so that you may know what to do? As we said, the first assignment is anything is possible. And by doing this, you expand the possibilities. And you also unconsciously untie yourselves from the structures that you have attended to, built and created and agreed with, that you believe to be permanent. There is one problem that you have, each of you, that you believe cannot be surmounted. Now, when you move this to possibility, in fact, what you have moved is the exchange of consciousness between you and your creation. You are giving it permission to realign, to redecide on your own that this may be so will shift the object of your attention. There is no other way. Now we will ask you each to do one thing today, which is to recognize that you have chosen these things that you hold, that you have tied yourselves to. You have accepted them for real as what you have made in order to protect yourself or to know yourself through. The moment you take responsibility for this, you are no longer a victim to those things, but a participant. And the one that can change her mind in the face of expression, in the face of new possibilities, in the face of choice. Now, to your deterrent, most of you respond by saying, "It's too much for me. Where do I start?" As we said, choose one thing to recreate in the new claim we have gifted you with. Anything is possible. And align to that and see what you feel. If you immediately dismiss it and walk away and re-embrace your issue, hold it tightly to yourself in arrogance in the face of a new choice, you will see very quickly how attached you are to what you have chosen. The moment you realize that you are the one holding these things is the moment that you can give yourself permission to release them. Habits form in many ways, and they become unconscious behavior. So much of what you do is habit that you do not question the benefits of the things you engage with. As we teach you, we walk you forward. The hand is reaching to you, and today anything is possible. As we attend to you now, we will question your regard and your attachment to what you have known. When there is an incident in your life that has caused you pain, and you hold it in memory in service to protect you from future pain, you have aligned to pain. Now, we are not saying that experience should not be your teacher, and in fact, experience is your teacher. But when we say you are not your history, we are telling you that the abdication of self to pain, the abdication of choice to what you have known, the deferment of the new choice in the light of the old is what we are asking you to choose anew. When you create from your history, you recreate what you have known. But you align to these things in your history because you believe you must. Now, when we walk you forward and we offer you the mission we would like to give you, we can only claim you in your own authority. We can beckon you forward, but we cannot make you walk. And that was just an affirmation to say. On this day, I decide to realign my frequency to this new knowledge that anything is possible. On this day, I witness all things before me as in transformation, as in healing, as in a new way of being engaged with my expression. As I choose to know all things are possible, I reclaim my power and my ability to perceive those structures I have known as permanent in a new way. And I align to my freedom as the one who chooses her life, his life anew. I am word through this intention. Word, I am word. As we leave you today, we would like to leave you with a new thought. The regard you hold for your fellows as unable to change is a direct reflection of what you believe about yourselves. I'm going to read that again because that's some powerful stuff right there. The regard you hold for your fellows as unable to change is a direct reflection of what you believe about yourselves. They will never change is an act of arrogance. You do not know. I will never change is a claim of truth. And if you say that they will never change, you are deciding for them that who they are is impenetrable by source. If anything is possible, they are possible too. And the transformation of all mankind may be accepted as a true possibility. We leave you now. We will speak with you soon. Thank you and good night. Stop now, please. Period. Woo! you. That was a nice one. I liked that chapter. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Paul Selig, so much for being a channel, sitting in and being a channel for this. Like I'm so grateful for you. I just love the messages that these books have given, all of them. And I've just been sucked in. It's like the rabbit hole. It's like crystals to me. Once I got into it, I needed to go further and just find more. I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission. So thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning in, even if it was just for a second. If you left that message, thank you. I was reading, so I didn't see the message that you left, but I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you've read these books, if you like these books, then leave a message, leave a comment down below. I'm just excited. There's so many possibilities. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. We're in such a huge, awesome transition. Anything is possible. Yeah. Okay. So on that note, I'm going to let you go for the night, and I am going to get back to doing my thing, whatever that may be. I was outside sanding earlier in the sun, and that felt great until my neck started pulling. So I gave myself a little break, and I think I might get back to that tomorrow. But maybe eat a nice family dinner wherever you are. I know who you are. Hi, Luca. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate the comments. Thank you. Have a great night. I love you. God bless. Thanks.